Now let's look at the autofill function today. The autofill function allows you to automatically fill cell contents as contents into a cell, and this you must always give it a pattern, or maybe give it a way that it predicts what you would like to fill in your cell. So we're going to look at the different ways that the autofill function works, which is sometimes very simple. So you can see I have a blank Excel worksheet here. So I'll begin with the most common ones, like days of the week and months of the year. The autofill function works easier for days of the week and months of the year, because once you type the first month of the year, or maybe any month of the year, whether it's the 4th, the 5th or something, and drag the cell within which the number has been typed, it will automatically fill it for you. So let's say, for example, I type Monday in that cell. If I type Monday and move my pointer to this bottom right hand side of the small cell there, click and drag, it will fill, and when it reaches maybe the last day of the week or the first day of the week, it starts afresh and continues recording. So you can see I've dragged it, and it has automatically typed all these other days of the week without having to type it on the keyboard again. So it's that easy, and it saves you time. So if you want to do days of the week, just type the first one, drag and drag it until where you want it to reach. It will always show you, like if I'm doing this, shows me it's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. If I want it to reach on Sunday, then that's where it will reach. But because I've done it beyond that initially, it went beyond that. So we have days of the week, we have months of the year. I can do that, January something, and then just drag and drop, until it does it for you until where you want it to be. So that does that way. Now you can do it for dates, you can do it for numbers. Like if you want to say maybe dates and you want to set a pattern, you can say 1 stroke 2 stroke 2020. So if I fill this automatically this way, what it will do, it will assume that I want the first section of my maybe date to change. So I'll just expand this slightly, select all of them and expand, select and expand. So select this and maybe expand it. The hash value means that if you see hash, it means that the content that you've placed within a cell cannot fit. So you'll have to expand it like I've done. Let me just undo it a bit. So you see that I've had hash, but if I hover my pointer over that, it shows me the content that's supposed to be there. So just select all this here this way and expand it from the top. Then I'll now be able to see my content. You can see I only typed the first date, that was the 1st of February 2020. It has filled it until the 10th of February 2020. So if you want maybe a different format, you can just do it. It depends on what you've typed there. If I want to maybe have a repeated number filled within cells, just type that number and drag it either downwards or maybe to the right. Then I'll have 1 repeated all over. If I want to fill numbers, maybe counting in the correct order of numbers, I don't just type 1, I give it a pattern. I type 1 and then 2 in the next cell. Then I will select this 2 and now try dragging it downwards. Now it already reads the pattern that I created in the first section, and it automatically fills it down to the next part. The same works with the names, though the ones for names are a bit different. Let's say I want to maybe type a name here and say I want to type the name John. So I'll just drag this and to fill John down there. But if I want different names, maybe I want 2 names repeated over and over, say John and Mary. Mary. So John, Mary, select this and drag. So it will create that pattern, John, Mary, John, Mary, John, Mary, because I've already showed the pattern the way I want it to be created. So that's just a simple way how maybe autofill works. And if we can maybe go to this table of maybe the first table that we created the last time we did this, we can move to this top section and maybe try and see how autofill works here. Let's say I want to find the totals for all these items sold for the maybe 5 days of the week. So I'll just type their totals, for instance. Type totals that way. Then I'll begin with the first one. I'll select this. Remember, I don't select the title, I only select the numbers. So I'll begin with the shoes, select it, and use the Autosum function here. So I select the required numbers and an extra cell. Since I have a Sunday here, I'll just do it there, but Sunday is empty. I should have filled it before, but I didn't. So if you want to use the Autosum function, that is something that is just a by the way. You must always select your cell contents and make sure that one empty cell is selected. So if I click on Autosum, I'll get the sum here. Now you can see that it has given me the sums of all this. It has calculated from the first thing that I did here and calculated totals for this section, and then it gives me zeros for cells that rows that do not have any entries. So I can just select that and delete by reducing the number of maybe cells within my my table. So if let's say I want to remove these, just remove them. Now if I do that and now say I want to fill this, if I drag it down this way, what happens is it does not fill the same number here, but it calculates the totals of each section following the first example given at the top. So you see I have my totals here. I have totals for this. I can still do other totals for maybe days of the week, like if it's a Monday, select that and select an extra cell, then click on the Autosum function. It gives me 220 for Monday. Then once I have my totals for Monday, I just can click on it like that and drag to the right hand side to give me all these other totals. So the calculation is done for the numbers within a certain day of the week. Tuesday, calculation has been done for you. So if you maybe want to just confirm, you can just add this quickly. You say 50, 60, that's 110 plus another 110, 40, 70, that gives you 220. Then the same is done for all these other things and you're given the totals, and simple. So that's just how simple autofill works. It makes maybe easy some work for you. So the only thing you cannot do with the Autosum is you cannot add numbers that are not consecutive. Like you want to add the number of bells sold on Tuesday and on maybe Thursday. You cannot, because if you are to select, you'll have to select everything. For that, you just have to select that and maybe select this other one as well by holding control, if that works, and selecting this. But the only way, the other way that you can do it is just write a formula like we say. Bells for Tuesday and Thursday. Bells Tuesday is represented by, that is 53, it's represented by D5. So just click here and say maybe that's where I wanted to write my answer. I'll type equal sign D5 plus bells sold on Thursday, that is F5 something. So F5, then press enter and you give me the total. I can edit the formula even if I want to say maybe the bells sold on Tuesday, that was represented by D5, and the sandals sold on Friday. So instead of typing F5, I'll go to sandals and see the entry that is being entered on Friday. That is the number G6. So if I press enter, it will give me the the total. So you can always edit your formula if maybe you chose the wrong cell, maybe made the wrong entry. Just double click on the answer and edit your cell. Even if I want this to be D4 and press enter, it will give me a different answer. Or even if I want maybe to say the difference between D4 and maybe look for a smaller number like C5 and C5. change this to C5. Yes, that's it. So that's just how you use the autofill function. I hope it helps you maybe understand, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comment section. I would be very much grateful, and I would be very humbled if you clicked on the subscribe button and turned on the notification button. And thank you for watching. I hope this helps you. Stay tuned for more videos. Thanks again. Bye.